Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a film that absolutely shattered me, and then slowly, meticulously, pieced me back together again. We're talking about Tatsuki Fujimoto's Look Back, the animated movie adaptation of his incredible one-shot manga. Alright, so to truly appreciate Look Back, we need to understand our two main characters and how their paths first converge. First up, we have Ayumu Fujino. She's introduced as this super confident, almost arrogant elementary schooler, the reigning champ of the school newspaper's 4-panel comic strip. She loves the attention, she loves the praise, and she genuinely believes she's the best. Classic Fujino, right? But underneath that bravado, you can sense a genuine passion for drawing. Her world gets completely rocked when the teacher starts featuring strips from a reclusive, truant student named Kyomoto. And Kyomoto's art? It's on another level. Her backgrounds, in particular, are just stunningly detailed and professional. Fujino, who's never had a real competitor, is consumed by intense jealousy. This sparks a year-long obsession. Fujino isolates herself, relentlessly practicing anatomy, perspective, everything she can to surpass Kyomoto. It's a powerful depiction of artistic ambition, that burning desire to be better, to compete, to prove yourself. But despite her incredible improvement, she eventually hits a wall. She realizes she can't reach Kyomoto's level, at least not in the way she wants to, and in a moment of utter defeat, she quits drawing. She just gives up, returns to a normal kid's life. This early phase perfectly sets up their dynamic. Fujino is the storyteller, the character-focused artist, while Kyomoto is the technical genius, the background master, and neither of them can truly flourish alone, not yet. So years pass. They're in middle school now, and it's graduation day. Fujino is tasked with delivering Kyomoto's diploma. She enters Kyomoto's house and finds it packed with sketchbooks, mountains of them. It's a silent testament to Kyomoto's dedication, her unwavering passion for art, even in solitude. In a moment of lingering resentment, Fujino draws a mocking yonkoma, basically an "I'm still better than you" doodle, and slips it under Kyomoto's door. But then, she feels immediate regret. As Fujino tries to make a hasty exit, Kyomoto actually comes out, and this is where the magic truly begins. Kyomoto, revealed to be extremely shy and socially anxious, isn't angry at all. Instead, she's a huge fan of Fujino. She recognized Fujino's old art style from the school paper, and reveals that Fujino's work was the entire reason she started drawing and submitting her own comics. This moment is so beautifully done. The quiet, reclusive genius admitting her admiration for the outwardly confident artist. Fujino, absolutely flattered, spins a white lie about only quitting to focus on a contest. Reinvigorated by Kyomoto's genuine adoration and recognizing their complementary skills, she asks Kyomoto to work with her. And just like that, a partnership is born. Fujino handles the characters and stories, Kyomoto provides the breathtaking backgrounds. Their collaboration, dubbed Kyo Fujino, quickly takes off. They win contests, they get recognition, and eventually they get an offer for serialization for their manga, Shark Kick. But as high school graduation approaches, their paths diverge again. Kyomoto, seeking formal education, decides to attend an art university, turning down the serialization offer. Fujino, initially upset, decides to continue Shark Kick on her own, keeping their shared pen name. This period beautifully illustrates the messy reality of creative partnerships and the individual paths artists take even when deeply connected. They're both growing, both pursuing their dreams, but now on slightly different trajectories. And then, the world of Look Back takes a sharp, brutal turn. This is where the story hits you with the full force of its emotional weight. A news report shatters everything. There's been a horrific mass murder on a university campus, the Tohoku University of Art and Design. A man, accusing the university of plagiarism, commits an unspeakable act of violence. And among the casualties is Kyomoto. This moment is absolutely devastating. Fujino is completely overwhelmed by grief, but it's compounded by immense guilt. She starts to believe that she's responsible. Her reasoning is heartbreakingly simple. If she hadn't inspired Kyomoto to pursue art, if Kyomoto had remained a shut-in, she would have been safe. She internalizes the tragedy, twisting it into a self-blame that almost destroys her. In her despair, she tears up that old, mocking Yonkoma strip, the very strip that in a twist of fate first brought them together. She sees her art, her inspiration, as the cause of Kyomoto's death, stripping it of all value. This tragic event is deeply rooted in reality, inspired by the horrific Kyoto Animation arson attack. Fujimoto, a master of expressing complex emotions, uses this real-world tragedy to ground the story in a profoundly relatable pain. The sudden, senseless loss of someone you care about, and the struggle to find meaning and move forward. Now, this is where Look Back gets really interesting, and really clever. A small scrap of that torn-up Yonkoma, the I'm Better Than You drawing, seemingly travels back in time. In this alternate what-if timeline, Kyomoto finds the mocking strip and is so discouraged by it that she never leaves her room to meet Fujino. Their partnership never happens. Kyomoto still pursues art independently and attends Tohoku University, but without Fujino's direct influence. Meanwhile, this timeline's Fujino, never going back to manga, has instead pursued athletics and martial arts. When the killer attacks the university, it's this Fujino who intervenes. She bravely fights off and incapacitates the attacker, saving Kyomoto and countless others, though she herself gets injured. It's a moment of heroic sacrifice, a desperate fantasy of undoing the past. They share a brief, almost ghostly moment of recognition as the heroic Fujino is taken away. And this is crucial. This alternate timeline isn't presented as reality. It's heavily implied to be Fujino's coping mechanism, a fantasy born from her overwhelming grief and regret. It's her mind desperately trying to rewrite history, to imagine a world where she could have saved her friend, where her existence wasn't tied to Kyomoto's fate in a tragic way. But the alternate timeline isn't just a fantasy. The saved Kyomoto in that reality draws a Yonkoma titled Look Back, depicting Fujino saving her. And somehow, this strip blows through the wind and appears in the original timeline, landing on the floor of Kyomoto's room, right where Fujino is mourning. This is the bridge, the connection back to the present reality, and the catalyst for Fujino's healing. That Look Back Yonkoma, appearing almost miraculously, is the turning point for Fujino. It's the message from Kyomoto that transcends time and grief. As Fujino picks up the strip, she finally truly looks around Kyomoto's room, and what she sees is overwhelming evidence that Kyomoto was her biggest, most dedicated fan until the very end. Shark Kick merchandise, fan surveys, all meticulously kept. This discovery, combined with the Look Back strip, shatters her self-blaming narrative. She hears Kyomoto's voice, a memory from the past. Then, why do you draw, Fujino? And in that moment, she remembers Kyomoto's pure joy, her excitement, her unadulterated passion for their manga. Fujino realizes that the ultimate value of her art wasn't about fame or being the best, but about the profound, positive connection it created with Kyomoto. It wasn't the cause of tragedy, it was a source of immense joy and connection. With this realization, Fujino accepts that Kyomoto would want her to continue. She returns to her drawing desk, taping Kyomoto's final Look Back Yonkoma above her workspace, a permanent reminder of their bond, of the inspiration, and of the pure love for art they shared. The film ends with Fujino back at work, creating, carrying Kyomoto's spirit and legacy with her. Look Back isn't just a story about manga artists, it's a story about resilience, about processing trauma, and about the indelible mark people leave on our lives. Fujimoto masterfully uses the alternate timeline not as a sci-fi gimmick, but as a powerful metaphor for how we grapple with loss, the desperate yearning to change the past, and the eventual, painful acceptance that we must live in the present and honor those we've lost by continuing to live and create. It's a testament to the idea that even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, art endures. It connects us, it heals us, and it allows us to remember and cherish those who shaped us. Fujino's journey is a beautiful, heartbreaking reminder that our passion, our friendships, and our creations are all interconnected. So, if you haven't seen Look Back yet, I cannot recommend it enough. Be prepared for an emotional roller coaster, but one that ultimately leaves you with a profound sense of hope. What did you think of Look Back? Did it hit you as hard as it hit me? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more deep dives into anime and manga, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.